Oh, I'm back, people. I'm back. This shit been crazy. I've been out here fighting the fucking weather like crazy, bro. Power's been going out throughout the whole fucking neighborhood. This snowstorm is fucking shit up. So if at any point while I'm on this live with y'all, if I drop off the live or I freeze, that's because the power went out again in Virginia. The power's been going out throughout the whole fucking state. This shit is crazy, yo. This shit is absolutely crazy. This shit's been going out throughout the whole fucking state. So for those that are in here, if the power goes out, that's because if I'm gone, it's because the power went out. Excuse me. This shit is crazy. Let's see what the fuck is going on in here. Got a lot still going on, man. Still a lot going on. Trump out here getting caught up in a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. All the way under your body, that means so It's 76 feet. It's 76 feet. I think you can do that after some time. But I still go up there and pet her. She's chill. The eyes. Oh, right? People.
Explore your next Honda today at Priority Honda of Chesapeake.
Tonight, the DOJ's latest batch of Epstein files revealing new connections between the late convicted sex offender and other powerful men, with another data set posted overnight. One of the documents appears to be a 32-count draft indictment prepared against Epstein before the non-prosecution agreement he reached in 2007. It reveals the government was looking to charge 3 co-conspirators alongside Epstein with a conspiracy to procure women under the age of 18 between 2001 and 2005. Their names are redacted, but they are described as assistants who helped schedule appointments, make calls, pay victims, and more. Some new images also appear to show Britain's former Prince Andrew kneeling over an unidentified female. There are no details provided about the circumstances or timing of the photos, and there's no indication of wrongdoing in these images. He has denied prior accusations of sexual abuse by one of Epstein's victims and has never been criminally charged. The DOJ also posted, then temporarily removed without explanation, a spreadsheet of complaints made to the FBI, including unverified allegations about both President Trump and former President Bill Clinton. Per the document, the FBI determined some of those claims were found to be not credible. Trump and Clinton have denied any wrongdoing, and they have not been accused by authorities. The DOJ says the files contain untrue and sensationalist claims against President Trump that are unfounded and false.
We did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody.
A group of Epstein survivors criticized the DOJ for heavily redacting some of the files, saying in a statement, "This is not over. We will not stop until the truth is fully revealed and every perpetrator is finally held accountable." Jose, some of the Epstein documents are heavily redacted. President Trump's Justice Department said the White House had no oversight of the review of these new files. At least 2 congressmen have already requested to see unredacted documents. And remember, the Deputy Attorney General said they're not releasing millions of pages of additional files, including some involving internal deliberations about the case. Jose?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
That shit is crazy. Shit is really wild. Yeah.
Of the Jeffrey Epstein document. To the fallout from the latest release of the Jeffrey Epstein documents, they include communications between the rich and powerful, from the co-owner of an NFL team to billionaires like Elon Musk. And tonight, the newly released photos of Britain's former Prince Andrew. Here's ABC's investigative reporter, Olivia Rubin.
Tonight, the fallout continues as new details emerge from the millions of newly released Justice Department records on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Today, we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
Including this stunning, never-before-seen prosecution memo and draft indictment written nearly 2 decades ago. Prosecutors in Florida detailing the disturbing evidence they gathered against the financier, calling him a continued danger to the community based upon his continued enticement of underage girls. But that 60-count indictment never filed. Instead, Epstein landing the now infamous deal allowing him to plead guilty to lesser state prostitution charges, for which he served just 13 months in a Florida jail. Upon his release, Epstein free to enjoy a jet-setting lifestyle and access to the rich and famous until his 2019 arrest. These messages from 2013 show Epstein connecting New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with various women. In one exchange, Tisch asked about a woman only identified as M, writing, "Curious to know about M, pro or civilian." In another, Epstein informed Tisch about a microbiology student in Florida who he said was interested in meeting, advising Tisch to, quote, "make it clear that you will organize her ticket." In a statement, Tisch acknowledging a, quote, "brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women," but saying, "I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with." Known Epstein associates like the former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein, back in the spotlight as well, with the release of these.
What's good, Truth Lady? What's good? I'm glad you guys are coming back. Like I said, I was having problems with the power. The power kept going out in Virginia. It's crazy. Let me drop the link so you can come up here. I need to ask you a couple of questions if you can, love. I love you when you're on the panel, man, because you be speaking some shit, bro. There you go, love. I just dropped the link right now. Let's get this popping.
Photos showing him crouched over a young woman. The date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment. Also in the documents, numerous unverified tips and unsubstantiated allegations against powerful figures in politics, finance, and entertainment, including President Trump, claims the Department of Justice says are unfounded and false.
There's this mantra out there that, the Department of Justice is supposed to protect Donald J. Trump. And that's what we were telling. That's not true. That was never the case. We are always concerned about the victims.
But some of Epstein's victims now furious, saying many of their names were left unredacted and exposed in this latest release. Epstein survivor Charlene Rochard tonight telling me she is, quote, completely disappointed with the Justice Department.
I have absolutely no faith in this justice system at this point. The DOJ is not taking care in survivors at all. They're not considering us.
And with now the bipartisan lawmakers who pushed for the release of the Epstein files are raising questions about the 3 million pages of records the Department of Justice did not release. They're now asking for an in-person briefing to review the full files. With
Olivia Rubin for us tonight. And tune into This Week tomorrow morning. George Stephanopoulos speaks with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche about the release of the Epstein files.
I just built a budgeting app.
That shit is crazy. Where did you send it to me at so I could pull it up? If you want, put it in the chat right now, Truth Lady, so I could pull it up. I probably didn't see it. This is crazy.
More than 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, and 180,000 images. CNN teams are carefully sifting through the largest, and what the Justice Department says is the last, batch of Jeffrey Epstein files. It's an enormous trove of documents, and it includes references to some of the richest and most powerful people on the planet. That includes the current president, a former president, cabinet secretaries, a former prime minister, billionaires, and the list goes on and on and on. The Justice Department says tonight that its job is done.
We complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
I should note that just because someone is mentioned in these documents does not mean that they've been accused of wrongdoing or did anything wrong. Many of these claims are unverified or they rely on secondhand
bullshit.
But these are the key findings our team has uncovered so far. And I should note, millions of pages have come out. We are still digging right now in this hour. Donald Trump's name appears thousands of times in these new documents. In some, he's merely mentioned in emails that Jeffrey Epstein sent to other people. But the files also contain a complaint from a woman who accused Trump of raping her in 1994 when she was just 13 years old. According to the FBI document, this accuser, who is identified as Jane Doe, said that Jeffrey Epstein was, quote, angry that Trump was the one to take her virginity and that she was also raped by Jeffrey Epstein. This woman had previously launched lawsuits against Trump and dropped them. The last one happened right before the 2016 election. The president has previously denied these allegations.
Truth Lady is on the set. What's good, mama?
Yeah, I'm tired. You always up so late. I'm like, oh my God, here I go again. I'm
sorry,
tired, but
baby.
I'm up.
I was on.
It's okay.
I was up. I was on earlier, and the power in Virginia clonked out everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I was eating. I was trying to get. I burnt some of my food. You were running back and forth trying to comment, but and then I sat down and was eating, and he went off.
Yeah, I just turned it off because the shit was it was crazy. I'm signing into Instagram right now. Yeah, it was crazy. I had to go drop somebody off at the store too because I wasn't trying to work tonight. The fuck not. They do me like that.
I heard all that. I heard the call and all that. I couldn't respond because I was in the kitchen, trying to cook. Got 4 inches of snow down here.
Yeah, it's crazy out here. We. You said you sent it to me on Instagram, right? I don't see it.
Smoked Out Society.
On Instagram?
Let me check.
Should be Havoc 3E on Instagram. What's your name on Instagram? I don't even think I got you. No, I have to have you.
It says Smoked Out Society business chat. Oh my God, I've been sending all that stuff to that whoever that is. What is it?
I don't know who that is. On Instagram, I'm having
Oh my
3E.
God.
Let me,
Oh my
let me show
God.
you.
That
I'll show
means you
you
ain't
right.
nothing. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's why I'm like confused. This is me right here. What the fuck I do that for? Oh, Payne was live.
It's some craziness today. Oh man, this is dangerous. Nietas, kings, loves,
What is this? That's
forming the correction.
What happened?
that's his. What's going on? That's your channel. That's your
Yeah, this is
page.
my this is my Instagram right here. But I'm just looking at Payne. He was live on Instagram earlier. But this is mine's right here. This is me right here. Look. I don't got that many followers.
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
There you go. That's me right there on Instagram though.
What is it? I can't see that. My eyes. I ain't find my
Havoc.
Havoc. What?
HAVOK 3E.
Okay, Havoc. Oh my God, I don't believe this. That pisses me off when I've been. Oh my God, that's
I
crazy.
was confused. I was like, damn, where's she sending it to? I'm not receiving nothing.
Is Jesse getting what? I don't get it. It says Smoked Out Society. It got your thing and everything. Smoked Out Society. You
I didn't
made
mean.
some kind of page and you left it. I'm telling you, that's what you did.
Hold on a
Cause
second. Now
this
you
is
got me
you.
running to look for it. Let me go. Let me go to Instagram and look. Smoked Out Society.
Havoc what? What is
Havoc
it?
3E.
3E as in Havoc 3E. Havoc 3E.
Wow, who the fuck is this?
Edgy of encourage. What wait a minute. I see Havoc dot 3.
Wow,
Havoc.
I don't know who this is. Smoked Out Society clothing brand. I do not know who this is. This is crazy. Followed by Talkie Ish Jess. Yeah, this is not me though.
Havoc 3E. I don't see no Havoc 3E.
All right, you know what? What's your name? Let me find you.
The truth lady.
Oh, the fuck.
I think it's let me see how they do it. Maybe the truth lady. I think that's what it say. I don't even know. Let me look. This is crazy. Hold
The
on a
Truth
minute.
Lady Real Talk.
No, the truth lady D. D truth lady D. At D truth lady D.
Oh, this is crazy. Hold on a second. So, how do you spell your name so I can write it?
D. Okay. DTR. DTR.
DTR.
UTH.
Oh, I think I found you, Deborah Mba. But
Right. What the heck is going on? Why does this keep going to other pages and stuff?
follow back. I don't know why this is. I'm gonna tell you right now, Truth Lady. I'm glad you told me that. I don't know who that is, and Jess is subscribed to them. I just subscribed to you. I didn't do. I never made another page. using Smoked Out Society on Instagram. All I have is this page, my main page. I never made a page making a shit. Somebody is selling merch for Smoked Out Society. I'm gonna fuck around and subscribe and follow them too. Fuck it.
Okay, so I'm gonna send it to you. It's on Jess' page. I don't know if Jess getting it or not. You
Yeah, Jess is
understand what
probably getting it, but she probably hasn't been on Instagram. So I'm following you now. Let me send you. See if I can send you.
It says Havoc.3. Who is that you?
But they just sent you a friend invite.
Hold on a minute.
I'm following you now.
How
about
do you
to
find out if somebody sent you a friend thing?
hold on. Add to hold on.
I don't
I'm
know.
I'm about to message you right now. Look, I'm about to message you right now.
All right.
Man.
It says Mass Jody.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. That says that's más que jode. That's pain in the ass in Spanish. My grandmother used to always say I was a pain in the ass. So when you write pain in the ass in Spanish, that's the way you write it. Más que jode.
It says I'm following you already.
That's crazy.
What?
Well, yeah. Well, now I'm following you because now I never followed you before, so now I'm following you. So go ahead, send me the info now.
Hold on a minute. This is weird.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Instagram that much. I don't know how to use Instagram. I'm a rookie.
All right. Okay. So now let me go back. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. Trust me, I don't know. All right. So here's the link, the video, the whatever. Look, I sent it. You got it now?
Got it. Yep.
Wow,
Right.
all this time, all them videos you never got. Oh my
I was
God, I gotta
wondering too.
go
I was
in.
gonna say
I'm sorry.
something to you too. I was gonna let you know, like, yo, I don't think you've been sending me something. Yeah, that Smoked Out Society, that's not me, but I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to them and try to get a split. Yo, send me a hoodie.
I'm going to all of the Smoked Out Society things I sent and send them to you now. Oh my God, I don't believe it. All this time you wasn't getting none of it. Wow. Okay, maybe just go ahead and show you all of them.
Okay, well, here we go, folks. This is information on the Epstein file, exclusive info coming straight from the one and only the truth lady. Damn. Here we go.
On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released over, I think it was 3.5 million pages of the Jeffrey Epstein documents. But buried in that release is an internal FBI email. I think it was from August 28th, 2019. And you're not going to believe what's in this email. And let's just say it kind of proves the whole premise of this video correct. But we're going to start with that and work our way backwards. So in this interview, I'm just going to read it because I don't think there's any room for speculation. And some of the things in here are too hot for YouTube. So I'm going to have to blank out some of the words, unfortunately, but that's the nature of this. The subject line of this email is interview with a purported Epstein victim, a male victim. And he described what he witnessed on a yacht. What did he describe? Well, if you follow this channel, you probably already know because we've been talking about this for a long time. And we're not the only ones, by the way. This is something that has been, let's just say, suppressed in the mainstream. They like to paint this picture as totally false. There is nothing factual about it. And people who bring it up have something wrong with them, except that couldn't be farther from the truth. And we're going to prove that in this video. So what did he witness? What did he witness on that yacht, that fateful day that these FBI agents are talking about in this internal email? Well, he witnessed, let's just say, babies being... Wait, what do you say? Don't say it. Don't say it. They witnessed babies that were being unalived, and pieces of those were removed from them and consumed. Let's just say that, all right? And guys, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying this actually happened. What I'm saying is...
What the fuck? They were eating the babies? Is that what he just said, Truth Lady?
Oh my God! You haven't heard it, man. It's way worse than that, baby.
This nigga said they
And
were
he ain't
eating.
even gonna mention it. I'm telling you.
Being
We watching? Hold up. Pause it. Listen. They are. I told you that all of it is out. They keep saying they only released this. All of it been out. I told you this. All right. People done died that released some of this back in 2018, 2020. These things was being leaked by something called Q. I don't know how he didn't miss y'all. He was dropping bombs about everybody in the world, government, everybody in the entertainment thing. He foretold this whole Diddy thing. He foretold everything. Everything that's going on, he told it. It was in the Q post. Anyway, this is my point. My brain, I'm tired. Hold on a minute. Listen, they put it out a little bit out at a time because they know the people not gonna be able to take the stuff that's coming out. I heard what Jesse just said earlier about Disney and Disneyland, and it's an underground tunnel, and just laying on the submarine used to take them out down in the back of a place and down under the ground to the submarine to the island. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. All of them are guilty. You can't name nobody. Like they saying things like Steve Harvey. No, Steve Harvey was she was did the what's her name, the girl name, I forget her name, the black girl that's online here talking about it.
Fucking something. Hold on a second. Fuck. Right, something right. What's her name? Coda Black, Coda Right, some shit like that.
No, maybe
I know you talking about. She be spitting the truth and shit like that.
The one with the wavy hair.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
She was
about.
running. She was living in a car for a while.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forget her name right now. I don't know how I forgot her name. I'm tired. When I've been following her and dealing with what's going on here, and I'm gonna tell you, this is weird because this is how Hassan Campbell came into play. Because we was all into this before the Q thing too, all this pedophile stuff and missing people and missing black people and people going missing during the Super Bowl and watching niggas not paying no attention. Like like you be posting every day, 25, 35, 200, 200, 300 people a fucking day in each state going missing, and most of them are black, and most of them are black boys during the Super Bowl. Don't y'all notice how many black people, especially people with special needs, autistic kids, because they like I told you, they like them to be like a sheep, don't talk, can't scream, and all of that while they torture them. But finish watching this video, and I got a couple of more, but short. They not long like this one is, 20
let's
minutes?
keep it. Let's keep it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Share this shit out.
And pieces of those were removed from them and consumed. Let's just say that. All right. And guys, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying this actually happened. What I'm saying is this is in the Jeffrey Epstein emails. So whether or not this happened, you be the judge. I'm just presenting to you what's in the emails. But it doesn't stop there, because this victim, described it as a ritualistic sacrifice. He even said that his own feet were cut with a scimitar. And guys, here's the crazy part. Again, I'm not saying whether this is true or not. I'm just saying it's simply in the files. This man, he named George H.W. Bush. And we know he was in Skull and Bones, and he's been accused of being let's just say, involved with some pretty shady things. So whether or not that's true, that's up to you. But the FBI agent's written response to his colleague says something like this. He said, "I didn't realize Bush him too." And the fact that he used the word "too," the FBI agent used the word "too" in this email, in my opinion, it indicates that there were others that were implicated in this, and the FBI knew the names of those other people. Now, why those emails aren't released with this batch, who knows? And, this whole new batch of Epstein emails, it doesn't really prove too much because, again, a lot of the stuff is totally redacted. There's whole black pages, and there's a lot of stuff that's just mysteriously missing from it. But with over 3 million files released, with over 3 million documents released, I think it's going to take a while for people to go through it and to really dig up the true meat of this, right? So where am I going with this? Well, I found something extremely interesting, a documented event that took place halfway around the world in Australia. And this event seemingly links together what the Epstein files talk about with what the media denies even exists and with what people and with what whistleblowers have been saying is true for a long time, right? What am I talking about? Well, in November 2025, Australian police arrested 4 men in Sydney for what they called, and guys, I'm quoting directly here, for what they called the quote, international satanic child ring. Now, this investigation is called Strike Force Constantine. It remains active today, right now, as you watch this video. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's not a cold case. It is an active case right now. But here's the thing. The official narrative that they want us to believe anyway, is that this is just mass hysteria. It's the satanic panic. It's been exposed, debunked, and discredited decades ago. And the only people that believe that now are conspiracy theorists. But what if the story that they say, what if that story that the whole satanic panic thing was just debunked and discredited? What if that's not the whole story? What if the whole story is far darker and far more, let's just say, evil than the mainstream media would like people to believe? Now, before I get into what we're going to be talking about in this video, I'm going to show you a clip. This is a short clip. I think it's like 2 minutes long. It's from an interview I did with a man named Russ Dizdar. Now, those of you who watch my channel regularly probably have seen this clip before, but I want to insert it here because it's extremely relevant to this conversation, what we just talked about, and what we are going to be talking about. So watch this clip with Russ Dizdar, and I'll see you afterwards.
Well, see, first of all, it's normal when you go to the Old Testament, Moloch and the Baals, they wanted the children. Explained to me by Satanists because it's a higher level of blasphemy to God, against God. It's and for some reason the demons love bringing that kind of harm. We look at a child and automatically we're going to protect them, save them, guard them, whatever it takes. They look at a child, they'd eat it alive, they destroy it, they'd torture it. Got to remember that's their nature. And so if they can show more of their nature to a defenseless child, they love that. That's why some rituals are called demon revels or satanic revels. The younger the child, and here's exactly what dark undergrounders have said to me in rituals, the younger, the better. And we never kill them right away. We prolong the torture. Why? Because we have to raise the energies, the terror, the fear, and then little by little letting some blood out, because blood is and all that torment. It's like, think in terms of rats and garbage. Smelly old garbage draws the rats. A ritual with all that torture, with all that pain, ultimately prescribed by the demons in the first place, it draws them. And once they begin to open the blood gate, that's what they attach to in the context ritual. Then when a child or a human is, that's when the demons are released to the practitioners. So it's all about their unsatiable hatred of God. Anything they can do to harm humanity, harm innocence as an attack on God in a sense. There's no question in their nature, they don't shed a tear. They don't have any mercy. So they'll harm, and they love that as part of the entrance to come into the side.
It really is unbelievable. They have to understand that it's spiritual warfare. This is what's happening.
Like you were saying yesterday, how do you not smack him in the head with a 2x? You must have.
There's times.
He's just like,
well, there's some people right now. It's like,
people think
good
this
news
is only in the
some
movies.
people, law enforcement people, they're going to go after him. And praise God if they get jailed. I even told some of them in Pennsylvania, if they go to jail, praise God they go to jail. That because we realize this, like that. Satanist ritualistic pedophiles, they don't stop until they get stopped.
For many in the United States and Canada, it's much more convenient. It feels better to deny that Satanism is rampant in America and Canada. It feels better to deny that we have young people by the millions now captivated in something that can make killers out of them. And yet, my friend, right now, there are over 12 million teenagers and younger children who are now involved in the occult in one way or another. And denying it isn't going to make any difference. See, whether you believe in occultism, whether you believe that Satan has power, whether you believe that Satan can give you the things that he's promising these kids, that's immaterial, my friend, because they believe it.
So if you're under the age of 40, you probably learned about the satanic panic the same way that everybody else did, right? It was just nothing but hysterical parents. It was overzealous prosecutors and fundamental religious people who were, ruining the lives of innocent people, saying that they were involved with these things when they really weren't. But here's the thing, guys. There are pieces of evidence, there are documents that nobody has seen. Well, I should say people have seen, but most people haven't seen. And I would say that the majority of the public, they have never seen this. They've never heard about it. And when they do find out about it, they're shocked.
Nope,
They can't
never
believe
heard
it
about
even
it. Right.
exists. 4 years before the FBI published their famous debunking of, satanic ritual abuse and satanic panic, all this stuff, they tried to debunk it, right? 4 years before that, what happened? The United States Department of Justice released a law enforcement training manual called what? Those of you that know, put it in the comments. It was called Satanic Cult Awareness. Now, one of the contributors to this document was a detective with the San Francisco Police Department. I think it was the first recognized law enforcement specialist that was into the occult, or not into the occult, but specialized in the occult, I should say, in occult crimes. And the thing about this document, too, the United States Defense Investigative Service, I believe it is, they reviewed it and they approved it. And not only that, a bunch of other career investigators, they teamed together to write this document. So it wasn't just one person pulling all of this stuff out of thin air. No, this was a coordinated effort to gather intelligence, to gather information, and to piece together things that were kind of fragmented and bring it all together into one unified document so that people like, i.e. law enforcement officers who may or may not come in contact with these types of crimes would be better equipped to handle them based on, what's in this document. And the document also goes on to say that the crimes, they're vicious, they're revolting, and they create fear in whatever community they take place in. So think about this, right? So what does this mean? Think about this. It means that the federal government, it trained the police across the country to investigate satanic ritual crimes. Officially, on the record. Okay? This isn't a conspiracy theory. It never was, and it never will be. The fact is that they're trying to cover this whole thing up in a way that discredits it. So whenever somebody might bring up the claims in the future, they're laughed at in the same way that they used to laugh at the UFO people. Like I said, this DOJ manual is pretty long, Satanic Cult Awareness. I think it runs like 47, 48 pages, something like that. It's a pretty long document. And it lists different types of abuse that these Satanists do to their victims. Physical confinement in cages, sexual torture, forced witness of murder, brainwashing, near-death experiences that are used as control mechanisms. So basically psychological torture, fracturing of personalities, like all the things that people have been saying that they've been doing forever, right? And this document also lists 32 different occult-related like homicide clues for crime scene investigators, so that when they're investigating a murder or investigating whatever, if they come across these clues in a specific way, it might point them to say, hey, this isn't just, a random murder. This is a ritualistic murder, and it was done by a group of people. And understand this, people. This wasn't theory. This was training material. Yet the mainstream media says it's all fake. All right. So there's a shift. There's a disconnect. Something changed. And it was in 1992, I think, was the year where everything did change. And there was a FBI special agent by the name of Kenneth Landing. I think it was Kenneth Landing. Yeah. He published this report. So, and what was his conclusion in this report? Well, I think his conclusion went something like this. There's little to no corroborating evidence for organized ritualistic satanic abuse, something like that. He chalked it all up to false memories. contaminated interviews, and like mass hysteria. And Newsweek, they ran with it. New York Times, they ran with it. All of the major media companies ran with it, and they propped this whole document up and said, look, satanic panic, it's not real. This whole thing is fake. It's all just mass hysteria. You guys can all calm down now. These things actually didn't happen, and go and, you know, watch football, all right? Distract yourselves.
The FBI's 1988 Uniform Crime Report indicates more than 18,000 murder investigations during that year, and 26% of those murders were listed as bizarre or ritualistic. In that same year, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed more than 9,000 unresolved cases of missing children. The National Clearinghouse on Satanic Crime in America estimates 50% of the cases of missing children and bizarre murders may be linked directly to satanic and other occult organizations. It is common for these groups to kidnap their victims, usually infants and young children, from hospitals, orphanages, shopping centers, or off the streets. Others live and die without a trace. This is because some children are born to cult members and later killed, so there are no records of their births or deaths. Inmate interviews conducted by Professor Al Carlisle of the Utah State Prison System show that lawbreakers are heavily involved in the occult. There may be as many as 60,000 human sacrifices per year in this country, according to Professor Carlisle, and there is a distinct correlation, he says, with these human sacrifices and the high number of missing persons. This is because some satanic groups dispose of their victim by dismembering the body and cremating the remains, eliminating any possibilities for identification.
They be eating it. That's what they do.
Members of satanic and occult groups come from all walks of life. Many are highly intelligent individuals. Michael A. Aquino, senior initiate and founder of the Temple of Set in San Francisco, is also a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve. He's received a top-secret security clearance to attend the National Defense University in Washington, D.C. Anton Sandor LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, was once a circus lion tamer. These charismatic leaders, and many like them, seek out others who have a high degree of intelligence.
So anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about this document? Do you think the Epstein document, do you think it's legit? Or do you think it's just some crazy guy who came, you know, walked into like an FBI station and was like, hey, I have some dirt on Epstein. Let me write a report. Because I guess that's theoretically possible too. It's possible that that's just, you know, some random, not credible person who's just making stuff up. But I ask you this, if it's not credible, if this document, the one from the Epstein files, is fake, if it's just, you know, the musings of a crazy person, well, then why would the FBI put it into the Epstein files?
Exactly.
Why would it be a classified part of the Epstein files that just got released? Why? It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense at all. If it was fake, they would probably just laugh when the guy left. They're not going to file this report. They're going to laugh at him, and they're going to ridicule him when he leaves. So bottom line, guys, what do you think? Put it in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your opinions on this. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you guys next time, and God bless you all.
Yep. That's a lot. I got another one, but that's a lot right there because, you know, I thanked him so much for doing that video. As I be screaming in the comment sections at people, they finally looked it up and found out somebody, I don't know which channel today, actually acknowledged that it's true that MAGA is the title for the head of the Church of Satan. And so now I got to get people to understand how you identify who the MAGA is. So they can understand that Trump is MAGA. That he's the MAGA of the Church of Satan. And he's proud of all of the stuff in those files, how many women he had and measuring their vulvas and doing all. He's proud of that. Grab them by the pussy.
I believe you.
He's proud of it because that means that in his circle of which is huge, people, he's that's why they afraid of him, because he's killed more, ate more babies, ate more hearts. He done, stabbed the pregnant woman and pulled the baby out and all of that. They do. Let me tell you where a lot of this stuff go on, and this is one place that a lot of people gonna be shocked. I can't find the church. I'll be looking on. I can't do Google Maps. Make me dizzy. I got vertigo. But the church in Manhattan that has all them lights and them things sticking up, that huge Catholic church, I think that's where the bishop be or somewhere, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That church right there, and you never see nobody coming really in and out of it. Just, you don't see a lot of people going in and out of that church. Never have. And so found out that the people go in there through the underground, and they take, they have a marble altar in the front, and that's where they do the pregnant. He was just saying some of them, never known because they born into it. They born their parents. The mother gives birth to so that she could sacrifice them, and then they kidnap girls that are fertile and keep them pregnant as long as they could keep them pregnant. And when they can't get them pregnant, they have baby after baby after baby, and have to give them up to take them to sacrifice. So this is real. It's real. And the people who have escaped, or the people who are told the truth, that evidence is being, stifled too. And plus, they done killed so many of them. So many of those people whose names is redacted is because they already been threatened, that their lives have been threatened. I'm gonna send you one where the woman tells her testimony that they said he said, if you say anything about anything that happened here, you'll be dead and da 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 da. And that's what's happening. So it's I guess why I talk about it a lot, because it's really like the root of our problem right now with all that's going on. The fact that Satan's human cohort, he probably conjure up. That's why he like a lot of gold around him. He probably do a lot of gold, like you gotta, like I know I'll be talking about some weird stuff, but I would just be trying to help you to connect dots. Like when Moses went to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh did some kind of magic, and Moses threw the staff down and it turned into a snake. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. They always depicted that in a lot of the original old school movies. But when they started redoing it, they stopped doing that shit. They never showed that happening.
Because it's real. It's real, It's called magic. It's called magic. The people that help them are jinns. But God wanted Moses to show the Pharaoh that he wasn't a jinn. He knew that Moses wasn't a jinn. So, and he could do this by the power of God gave me that power. Like he gave me the power to part the sea. Moses didn't know that's what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying, like, pray. Because just pray. Ask God for what you want. Don't ask God to hurt anybody or harm anybody. Ask him to like, the saying in the Bible that say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Ask God to avenge you, avenge your child, avenge your friend, avenge your neighbor. Oh, this happened to them. Oh, Allah, like you have righteous anger. You have the right to have righteous anger. But you remember where the power is at. The power is in that. So if everybody get together, instead of be out there with signs, all different saying different things, if everybody say the prayer together and ask him like all of them did, and Moses led that prayer and God answered them. It's like, like it's a simple like fairy tale kind of example, but But there are people who are praying now, especially since what happened in Palestine. It's Muslims around the world praying. It's Muslims around the world praying for the Palestinians and the plight of the oppressed people on the earth. Because people are being, the Uyghurs in China, the Sudanese, the Congolese, the still in South Africa, still got it going on. You know, it's a lot going on. These colonizers, do you know who they is, and they know now. And this is, like this is weird because I gotta send you this video. Hold up right now. This is the video. Oh my God, hold up a minute. Let me go to it. Oh my God.
This shit is
I forgot all about. That's the one. I just, what I just did? I slid over to my notes, and it said a reminder, the video, and I knew what it's gonna be. Hold on, I want you to play this video. It's not long at all. Let me see how long it is. 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 27 seconds. Hold up, let me send this. I'm gonna put this in the chat. I think I could put it in the chat. Let me see. In the regular chat. Is this the regular chat? Yeah. Okay, this is the regular chat. I lost you. I still got you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh wow.
I'm not going nowhere. I almost doped out for a hot minute.
Happened?
Yeah, I'm here. Fuck that.
Hold
I'm
on a
off
minute.
tomorrow too. Shit. I'm trying to
Okay.
see what's going on.
That take a little stress off. I feel like I don't got to rush. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm
Because
off
I
tomorrow.
know.
Lady, I don't work
Check
tomorrow.
out.
And plus,
You'll be on
technically,
live
I'm still trying to
sleeping.
figure out. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Remember, my wife is a government employee. The government is technically the government is technically shut down. A lot of people, we ain't talking about that right now because we stuck on the Epstein. Right now.
Hit that video. Now wait a minute. Before you play it, I want you to pay attention. The title of this video says Muslims are taking over the world. I want you to cross out Muslims and put in people of color, black people, brown people. Cross off because it's Muslims of all races. Please put that because it's true. It's true for that. Black, brown people. Except the people of China, because they had that law for too many years. Okay, you're gonna get it when you see it. Oh, please pull that up and play it. Alhamdulillah. Finally, I remembered. Isn't that something? Something told me to go over there, and I saw it. Okay. Let me mute up.
Just waiting for the chat to come up on something. Just waiting for the chat to come up on something. Just waiting for the chat to come up on something.
What?
Waiting for the chat to come up on something. That's me tripping.
You keep saying what? Why is this repeating that? What? What's going on?
Waiting for the chat to come up on something. That's me tripping.
You keep saying what? Why is this repeating that? What? What's going on?
Waiting for the chat to come up on something.
Okay, this is something wrong. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I pause it. That's because I'm on another YouTube thing in the back. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up that video.
Okay, I get it. I figured that out. Yeah, so he's over there getting the video. That's what it is. And I was over there putting the video, the link in there.
According to research, in order for a culture to maintain itself for more than 25 years, there must be a fertility rate of 2.11 children per family. With anything less, the culture will decline. Historically, no culture has ever reversed a 1.9 fertility rate. A rate of 1.3, impossible to reverse, because it would take 80 to 100 years to correct itself, and there is no economic model that can sustain a culture during that time. In other words, if two sets of parents each have one child, there are half as many children as parents. If those children have one child, then there are 1/4 as many grandchildren as grandparents. If only 1 million babies are born in 2006, it's hard to have 2 million adults enter the workforce in 2026. As the population shrinks, so does the culture. As of 2007, the fertility rate in France was 1.8, England 1.6, Greece 1.3, Germany 1.3, Italy 1.2, Spain 1.1. Across the entire European Union of 31 countries, the fertility is a mere 1.38. Historical research tells us these numbers are impossible to reverse. In a matter of years, Europe, as we know it, will cease to exist. Yet the population of Europe is not declining. Why? Immigration. Islamic immigration. Of all population growth in Europe since 1990, 90% has been Islamic immigration. France, 1.8 children per family. Muslims, 8.1. In southern France, traditionally one of the most populated church regions in the world, there are now more mosques than churches. 30% of children ages 20 and younger are Islamic. In the larger cities such as Nice, Marseille, and Paris, that number has grown to 45%. By 2020,
That's why they hate them over there. That's why immigration is a problem.
Muslim. In just 39 years,
Listening to this shit is fucking me up right now. I can't believe this shit, man.
In the last 30 years, the Muslim population of Great Britain rose from 82,000 to 2.5 million, a 30-fold increase. There are over 1,000 mosques, many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million Muslims. That's 1 out of 5 Russians. 40% of the entire Russian army will be Islamic in just a few short years. Currently in Belgium, 25% of the population and 50% of all newborns are Muslim. The government of Belgium has stated 1/3 of all European children will be born to Muslim families by 2025, just 17 years away. The German government, the first to talk about this publicly, recently released a statement saying, "The fall in the German population can no longer be stopped. Its downward spiral is no longer reversible. It will be a Muslim state by the year 2050. Muammar al-Gaddafi of Libya said, "There are signs that Allah will grant victory to Islam in Europe, without swords, without guns, without conquest. We don't need terrorists. We don't need homicide bombers. The 50+ million Muslims in Europe will turn it into a Muslim continent within a few decades." There are currently 52 million Muslims in Europe. The German government said that number is expected to double in the next 20 years to 104 million. Closer to home, the numbers tell a similar story. Right now, Canada's fertility rate is 1.6, nearly a full point below what is required to sustain a culture. And Islam is now the fastest growing religion. Between 2001 and 2006, Canada's population increased by 1.6 million, 1.2 of those immigration. In the United States, the current fertility rate of American citizens is 1.6. With the influx of the Latino nations, the rate increases to 2.11, the bare minimum required to sustain a culture. In 1970, there were 100,000 Muslims in America. Today, there are over 9 million. The world is changing. It's time to wake up. 3 years ago, a meeting of 24 Islamic organizations was held in Chicago. The transcripts of that meeting showed in detail their plans to evangelize America through journalism, politics, education, and more. They said, we must prepare ourselves for the reality that in 30 years, there will be 50 million Muslims living in America. The world that we live in is not the world in which our children and grandchildren will live. The Catholic Church recently reported that Islam has just surpassed their membership numbers. Some studies show that at Islam's current rate of growth, in 5 to 7 years, it will be the dominant religion of the world. As believers, we call upon you to join the effort to share the gospel message with the changing world. This is a call to action.
Okay, I got to say something. That's the end. Listen. Now, they put it out like that. Now, you notice they put the Latinos with the white people?
Yeah.
They put y'all with the white people.
Which is
Now,
stupid. I don't know why they...
Listen, this is the immigration is showing you what it is. People of color. Black people. You notice they didn't mention Africa? They didn't mention Africa. Because it's triple how many babies Africans have. You know, so they have lots of children. You know, there's people over there that got 18 kids.
God damn.
It's so it's not real. So this here was put out by Christians who hate Muslims. But the real fear, as you can see it today, is that the white race is disappearing. That's what this video said. One point when you cannot sustain a population, you will disappear. After a while, because y'all not having no babies. That's why people like Candace Owens' husband married her and had these babies with her. White women's fertility rate is really down low. They are having abortions, but they're saying we're the ones having abortions. Then they turn around and say, oh, we keep having babies so we could be on welfare. Which one is it? So, like we got to actually look at things ourselves. He's showing us now that it ain't just Muslim. He made the Muslim ban in the first one, right? So people just pointing to Muslims. But now people see what it's really about. That's why they're trying to encourage white women to have children. This is why white women keep adopting children.
Damn. This is crazy.
Kids. It's real. It's in the Bible. It's in the book of Revelation. I'll tell you that all this is coming. That what they're gonna do. It's like people talk about clones and they take this Ozempic and they losing, they disappearing, and they don't know Ozempic eats your organs up. So you see how thin and slim they get. The muscle eats the fat and the muscle. That's why they just have skin and bone on them. And yeah, I know about that Ozempic. That's some kind of thing that Satan then got them taken so they could look like skeletons. And you see all of these actors and actresses on that Ozempic, how they looking. I don't know if you've noticed. Hello?
This shit is crazy. I'm just...
You shocked. You're in shock.
I'm in shock. The shit you telling me makes sense. It's more visible now that you're seeing it because of what's going on right now.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, this shit is wild fucking crazy.
Yeah. This
And
is
then
why,
somebody
like,
said something today. Somebody said something to me today, to me at work earlier, and he was like, "Yo, bro, let me ask you a question." I said, "Yeah, you see how all these files are coming out and all this shit is showing evidence and all this shit and everything." I said, "Yeah, that's good." He's like, "Okay, yeah, that's good. Let me ask you a question. Why they haven't put nobody in no handcuffs yet?" And I'm gonna leave you on that. He walked out the store. I was like, "Fuck." I was like,
well,
"Fuck." You got a
well,
good
he
point.
asked you about what? About what? Wait, say that
He
again.
said he said he asked me about the Epstein file and everything that's going on in the world right now.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, let me show you something. I was like, yeah, what you want to show me? He's like, let me ask you a question. I was like, all right. He's like, you see how we see all this proof of what they're doing and everything? We got these dudes red-handed, multiple peoples and all that shit. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He was like, so why isn't anybody in jail yet? I was like, wow.
Right. That's right. Whoever said that to you ain't paying attention. None of them. Like this is my whole thing. Like that's funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Why am I laughing at that? Because that's
Because
somebody
it's true,
who's
man. And I
paying
even laughed.
attention.
I was like, damn, he's right. Nobody's not
Paying
even in jail
attention.
yet.
He
They're
paying attention.
yeah.
They're not. Nobody ain't going to jail. Why? And this how long we knew that Epstein did what he did and got away with it the first time and went to jail, but wasn't in jail. And then, I don't know if you know the whole story about that. And then this came up and they locked him up and found him guilty or whatever they said they did to him. And he was going to do this much time. And then he supposedly committed suicide in a cell, hanging himself by a napkin, or whatever. I ain't saying, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter because the story is whatever they say. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds. Like it's just like Netanyahu saying that yes, we're gonna take over Gaza. And when a person said, "Is it true that you killed 10,000 babies? That you bombed
Yeah.
daycare centers and hospitals and ambulances?"
That's
And
crazy.
he'll say his answer will be, no one knows how treacherous that these are terrorists. They're born terrorists. He won't answer the question, just like Trump don't answer the question. And it's because it's a joke to them. They're like this stupid person, like that, because they drinking blood and eating human flesh, babies, and doing sacrifices and making money. And the people that's down with them, that's not really of that, they being used by them. They the love of money got them messed up because they doing it for the love of money. They don't have no power. You know what I'm trying to say? And this is why I haven't heard too much. Nobody saying nothing about Candace Owens. What's going on with her? Because
She's staying out the limelight. She's staying out the limelight. She ain't stupid.
Well,
She
okay.
she
She
was an
looked
avid
pregnant to
truth
me.
reporter.
Well, I was right every time. The last two babies she had, if you go in her comment sections, some of them you'll see, you look preggy. That's what I write. I said, yeah, grandma think you pregnant, and she be pregnant. I could look at the woman and tell she looked pregnant to me. She looked pregnant. I heard she supposed to have said that Erica Kirk was pregnant, but she looked pregnant to me. But anyway, and she always do this after she dip. She always dip when she get to the end of months, because she carries small. You won't know for a while that she pregnant, and then you could tell by what she wear that she making her breasts look smaller because she carries her babies in her breasts. Anyway, long story short, people gonna have to learn how to stop making people you know, um, a star. He's a star, or he's a, whatever. Because this is where we all messed up. People looking at each other, and she's telling this, she's saying this. Well, why did she say this before? If she had the email 10 years ago, why she didn't say nothing 10 years ago? And so she was like, I'm with Israel, and then I went in. You could go in her comment sections, went in on her, long paragraph. Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. And you need don't overstep, your boundaries. My goodness. And I will remind her, God is watching you. He hearing everything you say. And what did you know? And one day she came in and she said, I no longer support Israel. I cannot support a country that is killing children. I said to myself, this is where she validates Israel. They don't care what she say. She said, I can't support a country. You gave them validation. They're not an effing country. They occupiers. They occupied Palestine and took it over. Like the Bible and the books say, the Quran and Hadith say they're going to do it. The Yahuds, the Quran call them the Yahuds. That's right. Don't trust them.
You already know. You already fucking know. It's just a question of fucking what else? My next thing is, you'll see the names that are dropping, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the owner of the New York Giants, Steve Tisch, he's gonna wind up having to sell his half of the ownership back to the Mero family. And I'm gonna tell you why that's gonna happen. You remember about 5 or 6 years ago, Jim Irsay, let him so rest in peace. Remember, he was the owner of the Indianapolis Pacers and the fucking Indianapolis Colts. And what happened? He got caught up with some sex trafficking, supposedly, from one of his coworkers, yada 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 yada. But this person's name has also been mentioned in the Epstein file. Like, this whole shit is just fucking disgustingly wild, bro. These motherfuckers was just wilding out.
This is their way of life. It's not wilding out. This is what they do for centuries. This is passed down from the ancestors. The story of Dracula is the truth. The zombies is the truth. All of that shit. All of that. Oh, travel, journey to the center of the earth. All that shit is the truth. People think in movies, this is how they did it. And like, I don't watch movies, I'm not, it really bothers me that every single person, I don't care but crap how educated they are. I don't care how well traveled they are. Everybody, I don't care how old they are. People older than me, younger than me, mostly younger than me, but older than me too. Always, they be talking sometimes they be getting deep. And then they will say this. In that movie, such and such a thing? And I'll be like, oh my God, everything is coming to them. This is what the Jew did. This is what they did. So I guess they listening because they listening, trusting. No.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? They started, like we think that the first movie was in someone 18 this or 16. No, they didn't know how to do that. They didn't know how to do that. they didn't know how to do that. They had been, trust me, the jinns taught them how to make film and put an image on it and project the image. Oh yeah. He taught them, the women, how to do their makeup to lure men to them and make their lips red because it entices men. And as time went on, the Jew race, they was in charge, and they made sure they put all their people in the world where they could get in control of things. That's what the Silk Road War was about. They wanted to be control of commerce and spices and textiles, silk, wool, cottons, all that. That's why they went over here, and cotton was the fabric of our life. And you understand what I'm trying to say? Hey, they knew what to do. They sent it somebody everywhere. In France, they called it the Queen. In England, they call it the Queen. And then they call it the Prime Minister over here. And, President over here. And all different kind of titles. But it's all the same thing. And they're all Masons. In all these countries, the leaders are Masons of Masonic lodges. That is like, oh, nobody got arrested yet because one lodge got to go arrest somebody in another lodge.
Yeah,
These are lodge wars. These are Masonic lodge wars, and they got rules that they're not going to break. They're never gonna invade another Master Mason's lodge. It is not gonna happen. So it's deep. It's so deep that like people say, well, what's left for the people? God, come back to nature, come back to the earth. That's why I keep telling people, buy some land. Buy some land. Don't get no house on no HOA and all of that, because they're gonna be in control and all of that. And trying to tell people, I've been talking about them HOA. I said, how the hell? Just you sit back and relax. Oh, who said oh, that's the HOA. We have a person. My sister got a huge lawn in the front and a huge lawn in the back. Mexicans coming in. I mean, like, y'all can't even get a lot of black people in the community. Why is Mexicans mowing the lawns? Y'all feel like, wow, I made it. The Mexicans working for me. It's insane. It's really weird. I don't know. I'm an oddball out. I know I am that oddball out because I can't get with it. And I'm looking at the old movies and I'm like, wow, this is how they set it up. The black and white movies, when you go back to them and you look at certain ones, like, okay, the organ harvesting that's going on. You go to a country, you wake up, you got one kidney, one lung. They just take your organs or they kill you and take them all.
Damn.
And you remember Janika, what's that girl? Janika, whatever it was, and that I forgot where it was. Was it in Chicago? I don't remember. Where she went in the hotel party and ended up in the freezer dead.
Yeah, that was another. That shit was crazy too.
But how about this
Tanika
part?
Johnson.
Nobody talk about. How come nobody talk about the part of the man that's from Florida who came with his box and went in there and came out? He took organs. The organ trafficker, the head organ trafficker in America. He's located in Florida. He will fly anywhere to get organs. He'll fly anywhere to get organs or send somebody to get them. And this was during a time where all of the black people was getting killed by cops. And so I know I said this before. During the same time, I don't know which Rothschild it was because it was two old ones. One of them, the one that died eventually, he had, I forgot how many. If I remember correctly, it was 8, but I'll say 5, okay? I know it was more than 5. Heart transplants. And remember how they would let the person be dead and just let them sit there? And the people would, and let the body stay there all them hours? Yeah, all of that was planned. All of that was planned. Because he wanted, once you've been to jail, once you've been in the hospital, if you've been in enough places and they done collected your DNA, trust me, they know. They know if your organ is gonna be compatible. But see, I believe that Allah didn't allow none of them to match him. He tried to. They wanted black boys. They wanted black males. That's the truth. That's why COVID was designed to attack the black and Latino men. I keep saying this over and over again because they know the strength that we have. They know the strength. And they know it's in our melanin. It's in our DNA. They know it. So, like we don't want to look at it like that. We want to say, oh, he got a lot of nerve. He did this to all these little girls. Listen, he laughing. When's the next one? Valentine's Day? I got to look on the SRA calendar. You saw he put up that thing, SRA, Satanic Ritual Abuse Calendar. Tells you when to kill him, when to put up, how many you got to kill and all that. Infant babies, or I think right now must be boys, because a lot of autistic boys are going missing. In the last, since it's the last day of if it's still Saturday, it's the last day of January. They already got 300 missing kids, and about 20 or 21 of them, they said, was autistic. So the police is going to tell you that they wandered away. They walked away. The bus driver saying, I never seen him. They ain't going to ask the kids because they going to tell the truth. You're not going to ask the kids, did he get on the bus? You know what I'm trying to say? It's really, the system is set up, and we have to, trust in God. I'm telling you, it's going to get that bad. It's going to get that bad that people going to realize that their only hope is in prayer, sticking together, getting your own land, hunkering down, having your own supplies, not depending on them for nothing. Even if you just got, like the way people living now, they can eat whatever they want, 1,000 different things. But if you just hunker down and you got 15 different meals, you can live off of that. You can live off your garden. You can live off the chickens with your eggs, and then, slaughter chicken every once in a while, have some meat. Or you want to get some livestock, you want to get you a cow or sheep or goat, whatever you want to do and eat. If you eat meat and all of that, whatever. Or it could be, if people really get serious about it, we could barter. The little village over there, with people over there, they got cheap. Let's take them some chickens or eggs or, some honey from our beehives. And you're gonna have to learn how to be self-sufficient. And the point is this: this may not be necessary for me or you, but damn sure it's gonna be for your kids and your grandkids.
That's a fact.
For fact, that's how they're gonna have to know this. Y'all can't leave them hanging like this. That they only know city life and worldly things. Be in this world, but don't be of this world. That's what you got to teach our kids, and this is why they're winning. This is why Satan is winning, and ain't nobody doing nothing. And I said all of that to answer that dude question: why nobody ain't get arrested yet? Nobody ain't gonna get arrested. You understand? Obama wasn't born in America. He wasn't born in Hawaii. They all knew it, But the narcissist Donald Trump, he didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait. He didn't want no nigger to be president before him. That's what that was about with Obama. He didn't want no black person to be the president before him, and that's why he kept pushing. And everybody kept saying, "Shh, be quiet. We all know he wasn't born here." That's what all the people up there were saying. Shut up, Trump. We all know he wasn't born in Hawaii. What are you talking about? Shut up. And they just made him look stupid and just denied it. They know damn well he wasn't born here. And they knew that was the first. See, once that happened, once Bush got away with 9/11, and then he became president because wanted in the Constitution, that's the first real break in our Constitution right there. Somebody that was not a citizen of America became the president of America. So, nobody was paying attention because everybody's into how much the men. I don't know, y'all just love money, and how much money the other person got is more better than this person, and you ain't got no money, and you need to shut up, you broke, nigga, and all that going on. Man, Lord, the Lord said that your wealth is in your piety and how pious you are.
It's just
That's where in your health. That's where your wealth is at. Your wealth, that money could go here today, going tomorrow, and you can't take it with you. Yep, you can't buy your way into heaven.
we know that already.
Yeah, our deeds get us into heaven. So this is Trump is having a ball, even if he's losing his mind. Which I remember that day he came out, or whatever day that was, and I looked at him and I said, I said, this man that had a stroke. I put that comment. Everybody that was covering it, even C-SPAN. I was just going copy and paste. I think I did 20 places that he had a stroke. Trump had a stroke. I didn't say look at his lip. I didn't say nothing like that. All I said, he had a mind.
Yeah, you can see the shit was
tell.
drooping. You can tell you.
Yep, you can see it. That's Trump had a stroke. Trump had a stroke. I shared a video on my wall. I wrote Trump had a stroke and put the picture up with no video, just a picture. Oh my God, that man had a stroke. He had a stroke, and he on stroke medication. And you know what got him where he at? He's on. I forgot the name of the medication, but you could just Google it. It's a medication that makes your hair grow, but it makes a man sterile. You know, he can't function. So he has erectile dysfunction. And not Viagra and all them kind of pills, they don't work with that you can't take it with that medication. He's so vain that he want his hair. That's why Ivanka don't want him, because he can't do nothing. And then that girl, the black girl, everybody used to, y'all wasn't born when this happened. I don't even know if y'all was even born when this happened. Maybe y'all was little kids when he was going with the black girl in New York. And it was always a joke that Donald Trump had little hands and little feet. And I don't know who was it, and it might have been Whoopi Goldberg. I don't remember, because this was way, way back. Said something about him having little hands and little feet, and that you know what that means. And so it started becoming a meme. Just before computers and everything was just on the New York Post, the New York Times, the Daily News. Every day the Trump was in there. He didn't care, because he would be in the news and on the front page. The man is a narcissist. He's, but he done narcissisted his ass right into some problems now. He got some
So
problems.
check this out.
Now.
I just pulled this up. It just hit my feed. Check this shit out.
What?
I'm gonna play this real quick. Watch this shit.
Let me move up.
The Department of Justice releasing its remaining documents from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Deputy Attorney General Todd Bland saying the records will be posted throughout the day, including more than 2,000 videos, more than 180,000 images. Some of the material so explicit, you have to verify being an adult before you can actually access it.
Many of Epstein's survivors have been publicly pushing for years to have these documents come out, but it took a law passed with near unanimous support in Congress to finally bring these documents to light.
Victims of Mr. Epstein have gone through unspeakable pain, and there's nobody that should say anything differently. And I, to the extent that there's frustration, I understand.
What happened?
I think this is the video I was going to send you.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Where that comes from, just from what we know about Mr. Epstein, I hope that the work that the men and women within this department have done over the past 2 months, hopefully is able to bring closure.
CNN's Evan Perez is here with us now. And Evan, there's been a lot of speculation about President Trump being named in these files. And we're learning now the FBI actually compiled a list of allegations related to the president back in August. What are you learning?
Right. So this was in 2025 that the FBI compiled a list of all of these sexual assault allegations that involved the president of the United States, that some of them stretch back years, decades, that were associated with this case. And, we don't know what of anything is actually credible here. As a matter of fact, we believe that a lot of these could not be verified. Some of them were second and third hand accounts that people were relating things, and that's the way the FBI works, right? Some of this is in 302s, what they call 302s, which are essentially witness statements, and anyone can make any allegations. The FBI takes it down, and then it takes time and effort to try to verify whether any of that stands. And so that appears to what has happened here. And what's notable here is that there's some of them that have very salacious accusations about the president. And again, a lot of them are unverified at all by the FBI. It appears that at least a couple of the documents that we're talking about here have been removed since they were posted earlier by the Justice Department. We don't know why that is. They've done this in previous tranches that they've released. But look, I mean, we know that Jeffrey Epstein and the President of the United States were friends, that they were close friends for a period, and then they had a falling out. The president has described that over the number of years. And he's also said repeatedly that he had nothing to do and did not know anything about these, about the activities, the illegal activities of Jeffrey Epstein with underage girls. And so that's what's notable. One of the notable things, a lot of these documents, 3.5 million documents in all that have been released in all of the Justice Department's work here. They've had hundreds of lawyers over the last few weeks who've been focused only on this, leaving behind all their other work to try to meet this deadline, which of course they've blown past by a number of weeks. And so we are still going through a lot of these documents. Some of them are things we've seen before, including things related to the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Of course, she was convicted in 2022 for being associated with some of these crimes. And so we're still going through a lot of these documents to see what else we learn in here. There was also some allegations about Bill Clinton. A lot of Bill Clinton mentions here, including someone who was his former White House counsel, who makes reference to Jeffrey Epstein. She worked as a lawyer, apparently for Jeffrey Epstein and his estate, and refers to him as wonderful Jeffrey and things like that. So there's a lot of political figures associated with Epstein, which is not surprising given the company that he kept.
Evan, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
The Justice Department is in the process of releasing its remaining files related to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. We're now hearing from some Epstein survivors, though, who say their names appear unredacted throughout the documents, despite assurances directly from DOJ that no personally identifiable information about victims would be released. Joining us now, an attorney who represents 11 of Epstein's accusers, Eric Fudali. Eric, thank you so much for being with us. The documents that were released today include some 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, 180,000 images as well. Is that, to your knowledge, everything DOJ has in its possession?
Absolutely not. No, it's not everything. And even what has been produced still has redactions. There are some very alarming statements from the Department of Justice today discussing what they've withheld and what they've redacted. And most alarming was they cited attorney-client privilege and ongoing investigations.
Bullshit.
The problem with that is there's no oversight. We just have to trust that everything they're withholding is in fact attorney-client privilege. And attorney-client privilege is very nuanced and very difficult, especially when you're dealing with prosecutors who technically don't really have clients other than the government. So again, it's very convoluted. Also ongoing investigations. You could say anything's an ongoing investigation and then withhold. That's what's so frustrating and so alarming about this. And that's why the congressmen have requested some of the federal judges in New York who have overseen the Epstein cases to appoint a special overseer to oversee.
So this is my thing, truth, nigga. If they know they're not fucking producing all the fucking files, you made it a law. What's the penalty behind the fucking law? If they don't want to give up the files, then get them. You made a law. This is law. Release the files or be fucking held in contempt or whatever the fuck they need to do and punish these people.
These people are okay. Let me just put it like this. You cannot be a judge unless you're a Mason. You cannot be a senator unless you're a Mason. You cannot be a congressman unless you're a Mason. You cannot be a president unless you're a Mason. You cannot be a general or an admiral in the military unless you're a Mason. Okay? I just thought they're not going to have war. They're not going to do it. They all do it. They all do these sacrifices. They all do it. Some of them drink blood. Some of them eat hearts. Some of them kidnap kids and torture them. And, you got all different levels. But they don't squeal. They don't snitch. They never, ever going to snitch on each other. That's why if Epstein gave up all of that stuff, and Ghislaine, I'm surprised she's still alive. because they put her where she at so she could die, because they're gonna kill her before she
Who,
gets
Ghislaine
to.
Maxwell?
Yeah, they're gonna kill
Yeah,
her.
they're gonna get her. Yeah, I said that too.
She's there, and they're gonna get Candace Owens. She's going. She's probably in hiding, and under the auspices of taking a break. And everybody that was boofing her up, where they at? I was looking on their channels. They ain't saying much lately. I said, somebody that contacted them. And these people are people like lawyers and podcasters and, you know, like, you know, it's men. I'm telling y'all, men and the egos, it done effed up the world. Like
Yeah.
everybody's to hear another one man say things like this. Oh, Joe Rogan is the most listened to podcast in the world, and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, all right. And then, but what is he talking about? I mean, like, oh, he be talking about everything, UFOs, this, that.
That's true.
Well, then why the hell don't you get to find out where they got the missing people in them cages, and the ones where they take to the pig farm? You'll never find nobody when you throw the body up into a pig farm, a trough of pigs. You ain't gonna never find that body. Where you gonna find that body at? But who eating them pigs? Who's eating them pigs when they slaughter them? Like, all of this is in the book of Revelation. Just read it. They're gonna have what the Satan gonna do. People waiting for this and waiting for that. He here. He's running things. He's running things through the Pope. Everybody know the truth about him. It's just like people just go, oh, that's not true. He said it was true. He said it himself. If you go look at the church, look at the Vatican over there. What does that look like? Satan on the wall. What I'm trying to say? Like Baphomet. What the fuck? What do Catholics gotta get to understand that? That and this is why they are like you're saying, why God is not helping people. Like the Arabs over there. Why is God helping y'all with all the money y'all got? Are you doing anything for your Palestinian brothers and sisters? They know that it's not just Muslims there. It's Christians there. It's Jews there that they killed. They wanted to think that everybody that got killed in them buildings was all Muslims. It's the world is living on a lie, just lies. They taught lies in the schools. There's lies in the textbooks, lies in the newspaper, lies on the television. And it's almost like, ain't this the crazy part? It's almost like they say they have to tell us. They can't do this without telling us what they're doing. It's like they're telling us. They're actually telling us. They're actually telling us. This is what we're doing to you. And then the fact that ICE is all them IDF soldiers. Oh my God. You went to sleep? Did you go to sleep? Okay, I'm hanging up now because you
I'm just baffled. This shit isn't even happening. This is really
Hello?
fucking.
You went to sleep?
No, I'm here. You don't hear me talking?
No, I wasn't hearing you.
Oh no, I said I'm baffled right now. I'm really fucking stuck.
Yeah, because you know what? The truth do that to
I'm
you.
eating. I just didn't want you to see me chewing. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm saying it's like the truth will set you free. It's like the light come on. The light comes on. Like you know what I noticed? Nobody never asked me. How you know all of this shit? Nobody never asked me that. And it's a funny answer to it. Certain things happened in my life, and God had me in certain places in my life. For instance, I'll give you an example. For a minute, when I was in the streets, I was working in after-hour clubs in Harlem, and they had a lot of stuff going on. I wasn't a part of it, but I learned about it. Why would Bill Cosby be coming in here? You know what I mean? Then it took me like years after I realized what it was, that he was coming there to engage with the stuff that people was up in there doing and leaving with the certain people. And the judge that they found floating in the river, she used to come in there. She used to come in there. I never seen her use no cocaine or nothing. I never even seen her drink. Her husband, the man she was married to at that time, he was a cokehead, and yeah.
It's always somebody else that gets somebody fucking clipped, yo. I hate that shit.
It's like God had me in certain places and let me meet certain people that years later. This was back in 1990. That this 91, no, maybe 91, 92. And she was killed about 5, 6, 7 years ago. They found her in the Hudson River.
Jesus.
Yep. I hadn't seen her in that many years or heard of her, and she used to come in, and she was a professor then. She wasn't a judge. She was a professor of law at Columbia University. And her husband was a professor of art. He was taught in the art and music, whatever department. There was professors. There's a lot of professional people used to come in those after-hour clubs, and especially if you're a Mason. If you're a Mason, that's why the owner of that place never went to jail. He sold everything in the world. He never went to jail his whole life because he was a Mason. And it's just like back in the days with the Pharaoh. If you was in the Pharaoh corner, if you was down with him and all of that, like Trump doing it now. Trump got his little people, get his little entourage and people kissing his behind. Lord have mercy. The people just got to get your own little self together. You got to get your own, make sure you got everything you need because they mean it.
They don't understand that at some point, they're going to have to pay for this shit. You're not going to
what?
These people might not go to jail, might not see justice, but they're going to pay for this shit that they're doing on this planet.
Oh, yeah, Law said that he got something for them. On earth and after death. Before death and after death. They're not going to go. You understand? They're going to suffer before they die and after death. He got something for them. But you just got to keep yourself safe. This is the whole point I'm making is like, can't save everybody, but you got to save your own, your family, your close ones, your loved ones, your circle. You got to keep your circle tight and keep it supplied. Make sure you got all the ammo you need and all that because it's going to get real. And, a lot of people think it's like what they call fear mongering or whatever, but it's going to get real. Trust me. It's going to get real.
I can only imagine how many more names. Right now, that's good. Let's think about it. They released all those files today, right? These people are right now going through this shit.
Well, when Q put out the list of everybody, it went way back to Muhammad Ali name is on it. I'm telling you. Muhammad Ali name on the list. Michael Jackson. I'm trying to remember Steve Harvey, Arsenio Hall, all of them. Yes, I'm telling you, their names is on the list. It was so many names. It took me like it took me 2 or 3 hours to go through the list. I believe it might have been like 10,000 names on the list. Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth, I swear to God. They know the people can't take this at one time. That's why they trickling it out. I'm telling you, all of them are guilty. And the ones like Kanye, who want to come out and say, look, I did these sacrifices. I killed these people that sacrificed my mom, da-da-da-da-da-da. They try to shut them up. It's people who want to come out and tell the truth. It's people, and they have them locked up in the nut house like what's her name? Wendy Williams.
Bro, what the fuck happened to her?
They knew that they could trap her off because she was sniffing that coke. So they trapped her off. That's what they did. She lost everything. This is what they tell you. If you don't follow out this and that, you're going to lose everything. And they mean everything. You're going to lose everything. Your fame, your clothes, your jewelry, your house, everything. Your clout.
I haven't heard from her. Yeah, she fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, she's living somewhere and shopping at Walmart for her shorts last summer. She was at Walmart shopping and buying shorts and a short set in Walmart. Somebody filmed her doing it. I forgot where she was. But I think she was out on Long Island somewhere. Roosevelt Hill somewhere. But I don't mean to laugh because, I feel sorry for these people.
It's like what you said, how the mighty have fallen.
Mm-hmm.
How the fucking mighty have fallen.
And Nicki Minaj, wow.
Oh my God.
You figured that out? You figured that out yet?
She's
Nicki
done.
Minaj's name, I never heard of her. And so when I saw her name on there, and people like, you don't know Nicki Minaj, she this, she that. And a lot of people didn't understand what the competition between her and Cardi B was. Because they both had to go to Dubai. That's where Cardi B made that video on the camel when the red.
I thought Cardi B was a little bit more talented. First of all,
it ain't about talent. Y'all always jump on that talent shit. You don't get it. It's how much money they making for them. Not for themselves, for them. For them. Because the distribution makes the money, not the artists. You know that. The people who distribute the music make the money. Right?
True.
You understand? So, yeah, they all wicked. They all wicked beyond belief. And I witnessed some things myself in life that I would have never believed if I wasn't there myself to see it. And I know that's why Allah made me be there, because he knew I would never believe it if I didn't see it for myself. He wanted me to see it, and he wanted me to tell everybody. And I've been scared to say something for years and years and years, because it was weird things, and the internet came. Oh my God, it's a prayer. I had a computer doing music. I had to get music on it and talk on chat rooms on AOL. I used to pray, oh Allah, bring me something on the computer where I could bring some Muslims together and some black people, wake my people up. And the internet was born. So I if you could see from the very beginning where I came from, go to my very first photograph, because a lot of the posts you may not see them. But that I learned if you put a photograph or pic with your post, you can find it later on. But if you post something, you may never see it. You can write something that's 6 days long, and you'll never find it again. So, so I use the platform, Facebook and Instagram a little bit in the beginning. They started blocking me. I was the first person to be blocked on Facebook. First, it was a 24-hour block. Then it was a 3-day block. Then a 7-day block. Then it was a 30-day block. They kept blocking because I was saying the word genocide. I was talking about all the pedophiles. You couldn't say pedophile. Couldn't say genocide. I was using the word. So they shadow banned me. Nobody really sees it. I tell people, you got to come to my page. You got to search my page and go there. And once you do that, enough people do it, they can't shadow ban you no more. because the algorithm is sending people there. People go in there voluntarily, so the algorithm is going to send people there.
Yep.
You know, so that's why I share people's stuff. You know, I know people know I don't play. I know you won't like I forgot who it was one time. I don't remember who it was because they got a lot of subs now. They may have a million subs. I forgot who it was. Started a channel. This is maybe about 10 years ago. And I said, and she was like, "Oh, you know, if people join, subscribe to my channel, this, that." And she said, "I still only have like whatever." So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna share your video and see if it helps." I can't remember who it was. Anyway, I try to remember who it was. I think it was a female. Oh no, it was might have been okay. I can't remember right now. Anyway, I shared this video, and the next day he's had 100 subs. The next day, I went to his channel. He had 1,000 subscribers. See, shares build up your channel and put you in the algorithm when you share people things. And if you're saying something, I expect people to hear. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know the back alley on Facebook. That's my Facebook page. You know what I mean? And the Truth Lady Facebook page. I have definitely a lot of groups, and then I have the groups on Threads, and so you know a lot. So I think they now YouTube let you see when somebody shares your video, right? Don't they show you? Don't they tell you?
If you have it monetized or something, possibly. I'm not sure. They probably do though.
Yeah, you go to your studio to say how many of your videos were shared. I think they tell you who shared it or whatever. But you know, so that's all I want is the people to pay attention. Like the person, if I share your video, and that's always for a good reason. Because Lionel Nation, he gets on my nerves sometimes. I'll share his videos if I disagree with him. And he's been a lawyer. He's been a DA and all of that, I think, or whatever he used to be. But he's a lawyer. And he's a wordsmith. That man could pull the words out of any word. You know what I'm saying? But he be saying things that's untrue. And people believe you because you're an attorney or lawyer. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not nice. Just like I told Midas Touch, I said, "Yo, come on, you don't even need all that sensationalism. This is so real. It's like, stop with the sensationalism. You're making people like think it's, like you think it's, watch my video. No, you gotta get the information out. You know what I mean? It's not about the exciting. I said I'm waiting for you to say what you said in the your thumbnail, because you ain't said it yet. You know what I mean? People lure you. What they call that, clickbait? I hate clickbait titles. You wasting my time. My time is very precious.
Yeah, shit. It was crazy though, man.
Midas touches. You could tell he can't stand Trump.
Hell no. He on it. Him and who's the other one that be getting some good shit too? Keith Edwards. Oh my God. They don't fuck around, bro. They bring the stay. Look. Speaking of Midas Touch, check this shit out. Look, boom. Pull it up. Look. They're on it.
I wanted the word cuppa, as in cup of tea. I thought it would be great to mix with hug. When I saw the
A major upset just unfolded in Texas, and Donald Trump is panicking. On Saturday, a special election was held for State Senate District number 9. It was a runoff special election, and we can now project that the Democratic candidate, Taylor Remmett, will flip Texas State Senate District 9 and will go on to defeat the MAGA Republican candidate, Lee Wambsgans. This is a plus 17 Trump district. Lee Wamsgans is an ultra MAGA candidate. Throughout the weekend, Donald Trump has been endorsing Lee Wamsgans, saying, vote for her. You must vote for her. Get out and vote Texas. This is a strong rebuke against Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans. Taylor Remitt, who is a veteran, a union leader, and a fighter for working Texans, and ran on that platform right there, will go on to win. Here's what we're reporting right now on the Midas Touch Network. Major upset alert. Democrat Taylor Remitt has just been projected the winner of the Texas Senate District 9 special election, flipping a district that went plus 17 and hasn't elected a Democrat since 1991. Trump personally endorsed Lee Wamsgans and spent days hyping this race, and MAGA Republican Lee Wamsgans loses. The Democratic candidate Taylor Remitt goes on to win. Take a look right here. And it wasn't even all that close. The Democrat, when we called this race, had 56% of the vote. The MAGA Republican candidate had 43.7% of the vote. Again, Lee Wamsgans says that in her bio that she's a Christian, a wife, a mama bear, a proven conservative, she says, running for Texas's State Senate District 9 to put Texans first. She said she's ultra MAGA, and I guess ultra MAGA is going the way that ultra MAGA is going. Big ultra loser. Now, in the past week, this state Senate district race was profiled by the New York Times. A tight state house race in Texas offers Republicans a warning. A state Senate runoff on Saturday in the Fort Worth suburbs, around the Tarrant County area, will preview whether a backlash against conservative social policies will give Democrats a chance again. Taylor Remitt said in response to that article 2 days ago, we're in the New York Times. Voters are fed up with extremist agendas that prioritize culture wars over doing what's best for Texans. On Saturday, we will flip this seat and get to work fighting for the issues that actually matter to you. Here was the very gloomy scene at Lee Wamsgans' election event. It was not a party. It ended up turning into a tragedy for Lee Wamsgans, but a celebratory event for the rest of Texas as her culture war, ultra-magist, extremist agenda was rejected. She goes, we'll be back in November. Because this was a special election next November, this seat is up for re-election again. But it seems that Taylor Remitt really connected with the constituents in this Fort Worth suburbs area. And I think he's going to do a good job. Donald Trump this past weekend was saying the following on his social media platform. Lee Wamsgans, a Republican running for state senate in the suburbs of Fort Worth, Texas, will be a great candidate and has my complete and total endorsement. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DJT. He posted that January 30th, 2026. He then said, I'm asking all America First patriots in Texas's 9th state Senate district to please make a plan and get out to vote on Election Day, Saturday, January 31st, for a phenomenal candidate, Lee Wamsgans. She's a highly successful entrepreneur, an incredible supporter of our movement to make America great again. My very good friend, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, needs a strong conservative Republican in State Senate District 9. Keep Texas red. The radical left Democrats are spending a fortune to beat a true MAGA warrior, Lee Wamsgans. You can win this election for Lee, who has my complete and total endorsement. Please make a plan to get out to vote. And you see right there, Donald Trump repudiated. And just to give you some procedural history of Texas State Senate District 9 without getting into the weeds, it covers parts of Tarrant County. It's the Fort Worth and northern suburb areas like Keller, South Lake, North Richland Hills, and that surrounding area. The reason that you had this runoff is because no candidate received a majority, over 50% of the votes, in the initial special general election held on November 4th. The seat became vacant earlier when longtime Republican State Senator Kelly Hancock resigned in 2025 to become the acting Texas comptroller. So you had that first special election in November. No one got to 50%.
Let me tell you something, truthfully. Come November, this man is gonna lose. Yo, there's gonna be such a blue wave in the Senate, and bro, he like, I don't see him getting. It's crazy. Texas, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, well, it was that was MAGA country. That was MAGA country.
Oh man.
So there was the runoff that took
Truth lady.
place on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So this is my thing about all this. I just can't think.
I can't hear you going in and out.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I just finished eating. This is what just came to me about this whole situation. All this is coming out. This is gonna be leaking all fucking night long. Because ain't no way in hell anybody done got all these 3 million files and read them shits already. That's not gonna happen. So for the next 24 to 48 hours, all we're gonna see is just all different kind of crazy shit that they're gonna dig up in these files. Like, we're doing all this. What's gonna be the outcome?
That's what my point is. This it's like, um, it was 10,000 names or more on the list, and every name you can think of, every name in the government, every name in the Department of Education. You know how Avante Aquindo, the school had to help him go. He never ran out that building. They superimposed him running through the hallways onto underneath that scaffolding. And they knew that it was going to cause confusion because there was scaffolding around the thing. Why was there scaffolding? They wasn't doing any work. That whole thing was planned because it was a Jewish holiday, and it was the holiday where they find children, like I told you, and they like children who can deaf mutes and autistic children that nonverbal and all that, or even deaf mute adults if it calls for it, if they can't get a child. And some of these holidays call for a, 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 a black child. That's why a lot of Hispanic and black children go missing more than whites. A lot of the white kids are born into it. All of these kids in Hollywood, Will Smith kids, all of them was born into it or sold into it. Like that girl, Hannah Montana, her
Yeah.
parents sold her into it. They sell their kids into it. Like you hear a story and say, oh, it said that it was a cult that was doing this and that. That's how they know. They get a call. They say, you just call it a cult. Don't have no connection to us. This that they because they all doing it. And they report. They say, they'll this is why they make movies like this. The Jew is wicked. To make movies like this, the captain of the precinct picks up the phone. Yeah. He said, yeah, you'll find a body over in the river, or you'll find a body over in the dump, or in the alley. So it's like counting, it's like they have to make an acknowledgement that they did this. And then the police chief is like, oh, we got to find this killer. We got to find this killer. It's like a game that the Masons, these different lodges and cults play. They play games like that, like looking for black people is not their business. When you say, oh, my son didn't come home or my child didn't get off the bus, they don't go looking for it and running around like with a white kid.
That's crazy.
They don't do it. They don't put out an Amber Alert. And then the whole thing is this. The woman, I forgot her name. You could Google and find a name, that was working for Hillary Clinton, that went over to Haiti after the earthquake and was trying to get out of the country with 23 kids, I believe it was.
Hey, truth
And
lady. If I drop from the panel, it's because the power went out.
oh, All
Just
right.
letting
Well,
shit is
well,
acting.
it's almost 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning,
we're
and
gonna
I'm
get this. Yeah, we'll get up out of here.
yeah,
We give you enough.
I'm,
You know what? Let's save some of this for tomorrow because we know by the
yeah,
time we wake up tomorrow, me and you, there's gonna be a whole bunch of other shit that somebody done found in these 3 million fucking files.
yeah. We supposed to be getting 5 more inches of snow here. Oh my God.
Oh, it's still pouring. It's still snowing out here right now, badly, and then the wind is blowing and it keeps fucking the lights keep flickering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you need to preserve energy anyway. I don't know how you live it. I hope you got at least you got a generator in your house.
Yeah, we do. We do.
All
We
right.
do.
Okay. Okay. We gonna talk tomorrow. But see, I don't. You need to send me some kind of notification when you're gonna get ready to go live. I don't be
Yeah,
knowing.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'll hit you up on Insta.
All right.
All right, love. And with
All
that
right.
being
Good
said,
night.
folks, I'm Havoc 3E. That's the educated truth lady. And we are members of the motherfucking Rico squad. And with that being said, thank you to everybody that came through tonight. Like I said, this was like a 4-show day because I had to keep coming back because the power was getting dropped because of the bad weather and everything over here in Virginia. Once again, everybody, have a good night. I'm Havoc 3E, the devil's advocate, and the problem child. And that's the truth lady. And we are fucking dedicated, true members of the motherfucking Rico squad. You already know. Smoked out society. We out.